guys, it's Christina from Redefine Creative, and I am back for day 5 of 30 Days of Sketches. And this is a series that Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life started, and Crystal from Pineapple Papers and I are also playing along. And so for today, the video is going to be probably a little different, and I apologize for that. I'm recording at an event rather than at home where I usually do. So you get that nice cord across the screen and, everything. So it's all good. So what I decided to do for the sketch today, it has tons and tons and tons of triangles. So I am cutting a bunch of 2x2 squares of my pattern paper, and I'm using a 6x6 paper pad from my Mind's Eye Good Vibes collection. So this is a really great sketch if you want to jump into a 6x6 paper pad, because you don't have to have any of the 12x12 paper to make this particular layout. And I am going to keep it pretty simple in terms of embellishing, just because I am using a lot of patterns. So I went ahead and took my 2x2 squares and cut them all on the diagonals so that I ended up with all of these triangles. And then I'm just kind of creating a pattern across my layout. So I am using some bigger triangles. So I'm going to have less of them, but I am trying to kind of scatter them, mix up the patterns, and keep it somewhat close to what that sketch shows. So the 3x2 photo that I'm going to use for this, I actually flipped vertically. And it's a photo of my son Ty in this like huge pink donut floaty, which is why I'm using these pattern papers that have some pink and some donuts and sprinkles. There's a little bit of an iridescent shine to some of them. But then I really brought in some of the bright colored stripes and that green star and the blue plaid to kind of tone down that aspect of it and make it work also for a boy layout. So I took my photo and I put a thin white cardstock border like I always do, and then I went ahead and added a black border as well. I do have, you'll see here in a second, a pattern paper that I also want to use behind my photo, so I'm going to end up backing it some more. I'm just kind of playing with where I want these triangle details to go. And I really like that one triangle up in that top corner offset, so I was trying to see if I wanted to repeat that in the bottom, and I end up not repeating it down there. It just wasn't working. So then I went ahead and added that diagonal stripe pattern paper I wanted behind my photo, and I left that photo mat a little bit bigger, and then I'm backing it with a really thin layer of black again, because that's going to kind of help that pattern paper pop. And I knew that I wanted to use basically black embellishments. So I have these foam thickers from Jelly Bean Soup, and I wanted to use those for my title. So I'm going to put hello right on top of his floaty donut, and then I'm going to line up the word sunshine kind of underneath. I am also going to add some of those little black puffy sticker hearts throughout the layout to kind of bring in more of that black element. That's also why I went ahead and put a black border around the outside edge of the page, because I wanted to use these really bright fun colors, but then I also wanted that pop of black. And if you know me, you know that's my thing. So I went ahead and played around with these arrows, and I've been trying to do this on a few layouts lately and couldn't make it work, because I love this idea of having just a bunch of arrows all pointing towards your picture. And because this was a busier layout, this actually worked really well as kind of a design element. So I'm going to include those 6 little arrows just pointing right directly at my little Ty sitting in his floaty. And I'm trying to decide if there's another spot that I can get one of these little black hearts. And I put one on the photo and it doesn't want to come off. And then I end up messing up the edge, so I have to replace it. You know how it goes. I did decide that I wanted to add a few sequins scattered throughout the layout just to kind of add and enhance that pop of color, because this does have a lot of white space, and I am keeping the embellishments really, really simple for this one. So this is like a quick and easy 15-minute layout. Cut your 2x2 squares, cut them into triangles on the diagonal, and then just make a pattern, add your photo. So super quick and easy way to play around with this particular sketch. And you could absolutely take it much more complicated and time intensive if you wanted to. I know Christy's layout from today, she created some of the triangle spaces all out of sequins. So there are definitely ways that you could bump up the kind of difficulty and intricacy level, but you can absolutely keep it super simple, and that also creates a really fun look. I am going to take my Muji pen, which is my favorite pen in the entire world, and I'm going to outline all of those triangles because I feel like that really kind of tied everything in together with the black. And that is basically going to do it. So that is day 5 of 30 days of sketches, and I will be back to see you guys again tomorrow. Bye for now.